Experts are predicting the end of the coronavirus pandemic in Australia. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.Heise here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee, let's look at this article from Yahoo News. This is some good news, everyone. Almost 2 years after the coronavirus pandemic in Australia is about to come to an end, according to the former Deputy Chief Health Officer. Cases in New South Wales, Victoria and Queensland continue to rise. On Monday, Victoria recorded its highest ever daily total of COVID-19 cases with more than 8.5. New South Wales has again eclipsed 20,000. But Dr. Nick Coatsworth told 2GB on Monday he believes the pandemic will have become endemic in 2022. For example, chickenpox is an endemic infection in most countries. Yes, this is the thing, guys. I know there's some people that hope this is going to be like we'll eventually get the apocalypse of like a zombie doom apocalypse and everyone will be living with their bunkers and their rifles. It ain't going to happen, guys. Sadly, in a year's time, we're probably going to be bitching and moaning about housing getting even more expensive on another iPhone with probably a new version of AirPods that are making even more money than most of the companies on the bloody S&P 500. But anyway, COVID will circulate in the community. In fact, it's circulating already on the eastern seaboard, so to an extent we're already there. Dr. Coatsworth said there was never going to be a convenient time for states to experience high case numbers. Yes. ICU, I suspect, will no longer be a bottleneck, he told 2GB. Dr. Coatsworth referred to Farr's law of epidemics. It's a theory that epidemic events rise and fall in a bell-shaped curve. They all follow a curve, he said. What will happen is the susceptible population will become infected with COVID-19, adding to that some restrictions, people taking personal responsibility, staying at home, and that's going to bend the curve. He predicts this will occur by February. Dr. Coatsworth wrote in an opinion piece for the Sydney Morning Herald, it has also been helped by the fact that Omicron is a milder form of the virus. In light of our community success, the evolution of the virus into a milder form and effective new treatments, the time for mandates and whole of community restrictions is therefore over, he wrote. I am very encouraged to hear this being brought forward into the mainstream. Okay, this is good that we're seeing this discussed in the mainstream media, everyone. This is what you want. Now, it's going to become a political issue. Albanese seems to be doubling down, bitching and moaning about free tests, free this. He's going to double down on the pandemic probably. I wonder if people are going to care. If by the time we get an election, there are no lockdowns, everyone's going to normal life, will people care? The case for fear of COVID-19 is now restricted largely to the social media platform of Twitter. Oh, well, I would say Reddit is meant to be a cluster there as well of people that are nuts. Dr. Julian Tang, professor of respiratory scientists at Lancaster University, told The Guardian he predicts the virus will evolve itself out of the pandemic strain very soon, and only the most vulnerable members of the population will need vaccinations. If numbers do eventually drop in a bell-shaped curve, then infections could decrease just as fast as they increased, everyone. New South Wales Health Minister Brad Hazzard said in December it was predicted the state could have more than 25,000 new infections each day by the end of January. Since the press conference on the 15th of December, New South Wales has had 3 days where cases have gone over 20,000. All of these days were within the last week. So there we have it, guys. So let's have a bit of a talk about this one. Now, this is encouraging. I think one thing we have to realize that the bureaucrats and the government are going to move slowly. People don't want to stick their head above the pillbox or out of the trench and cop all the punishment. So they're going to move slowly, guys. But this is encouraging, and I think it's good news for 2022. I'd bet a carton that we're going to return to normal, to some semblance of normalcy this year. What do you reckon? And check out this video from my Real Politic channel about some preliminary research coming out of South Africa about the impact of Omicron on enhancing your immunity for Delta. Because these variants aren't going to just disappear, guys. It's just going to become part of life. Take care, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.